Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 72. My name is Christian Dragonetti. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and Australian PJ professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Jolie, mate, what's happening?
Same old preparation.
Preparations.
It's getting colder by the day and by the morning and at night. So during the whole day, it is getting colder. As you can tell, I'm thrilled about it.
Minute by minute.
Other than that, fantastic. And you?
Yeah, good. I saw a thing on Facebook the other day, Channel 7 or 9, whatever it was, with this, news article,
Yeah.
headline. saying,
AI generated.
Yeah, probably. Saying that we can expect some warmer weather in the coming months to finish off the winter.
Oh, awesome. We'll get to 13.
Yeah, correct. As opposed to what it has been over the last sort of 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Which sort of perked my ears up a little bit. And,
Well, it's also going
sort
to
of
piss
raised the
rain
eyebrow.
tomorrow and Wednesday.
Great. You know what? Honestly, fine. I'm at work.
Guess what the max is on Wednesday?
It's like 11 degrees or something.
8. It's 8.
Are you playing?
Nah.
Good.
I'm inside all day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually in the shop on Wednesday.
Oh,
so-
hello. Someone's earning some money.
It's about time. I can't do it playing.
The accountant's been putting the pressure on.
Yeah, I can't do it playing. So
Yeah, that's it.
trying to claim this, and this. You're not working, job. Whoops.
Oops.
Anyway,
Let's get into recent rounds, Jolly. I'm going to go first because mine's pretty quick. We had a 4-ball best ball par round on Saturday. The Don and Tom Cup or whatever it is, right? Just a two-ball event that me and Mitch actually entered in last year and got beaten in, I think, the quarters or the semis or whatever it was.
yeah,
Fun little event mid-year just to sort of break things up.
yeah.
I
Spiraled.
Yeah. Yeah. It was bad. I don't know. It was one of those where something was off
Yeah.
the entire day. And I spoke to you later in the afternoon on the phone, and you'd already been on the phone to SGM, and SGM was like, "Drags fucking suck today." Because
Well,
I was partnered with him, and in fairness, his back was sore
He
after
was
that
cool.
round.
Yeah, he was calling me regarding today.
Yeah.
Just coming out and have a hit, and he goes, "Dude, this is like my shoulder's in so much pain carrying drags all day." And I giggled. I thought he was like kind of like one taking the piss out of it. But not to discredit his ability,
No.
but like it was still like, yeah, no. Well, I thought he was saying that he was not playing well. He goes, "No, dude, I played awesome. I haven't seen Drags play like that before." And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, I just stunk.
And he goes, he's like,
Yeah, I stunk. It was bad.
Yeah, well, oh well.
It was just one of those days, and like, nothing went well. And yeah, exactly. Oh well, right. And so I spoke to you on the phone after the round, and I was like, "Can we just?" And we've been meaning to for the last few weeks anyway.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Can we just get together and?" I need you to just have a look at a couple of things, make sure I'm not carrying any bad habits or I'm not developing any bad habits.
Yeah.
And the last sort of 4 months of you and I coaching, right? In
Reassurance, we'll call it.
In air quotes, and that's what it is. It's been reassurance. It's like, no, everything's still working. Keep going the way you are.
Yeah.
Minor tweaks here and there.
All I do is tighten the screws every month.
That's it.
Every month, I just tighten the screw.
We spoke a few weeks ago about Toby giving us a couple of swing tips that sort of not revolutionized, but sort of changed a few things for me. And the ball striking since then has been unreal. Saturday was a blip in the radar, and it was just nothing really to think about. But it was just hard to get out of that groove. I thought that maybe 4 or 5 holes. And then I'd sort of come good. Nah. It sucked.
Best to do it in that sort of event.
And that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was for the best.
Yeah.
I've got.
Well, even still, when you called me Saturday, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, this can't be have
No.
you weren't happy on the
No.
phone, and like FGM's like he was filthy, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
okay, Jesus,
Because
he must have broken his arm or something." And then, like today, you literally come out of the car,
Yeah.
like the first one you did hit left, but like you still hit it good,
Still
and then you
slotted
slotted the next one, and then. There was a couple on 2. I'm like, he's just going to be stuck with irons, a bit cold, doesn't matter. Who cares?
Couple
And you
first
slot
swing.
one up 3, and I'm like, what do you want me to have a look at? Yeah. And I was genuine. I'm like, what am I actually looking for?
Yeah.
Because I'm expecting to see a push cut. I'm expecting to see a snap hook. And you just pump one up the middle. I'm like, what am I just moral support? Like,
Yeah.
what's the go here? And then you did reassure. You're just like, no, I'm just. And
that was exactly right. Like I never wanted today for us to get out there and suss things out for you to be like, oh, it sucks. Let's change everything again. Do you know what I mean? It was never
flip
that.
it on its head.
Like I said, the last few months has always just been, all right, go see Joel. Just because it's another set of eyes, and yeah, we play heaps of golf together.
Yeah,
but I don't see you that regularly.
No.
Right? And in that aspect as well, where you're coaching me, right?
We don't do that.
We play a lot more social golf where you're not even paying attention. It's just like, oh yeah, good for, no dramas, right?
Yeah.
And you couldn't give a shit either way. Whereas like a session where you actually look at what I'm doing, and just go, nah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Move it on.
The one on 3, when it was actually on 3, it was 2 of them were literally you could put a blanket over them, right? But I'm like, what am I actually looking at? That's like the best 2 swings you've ever put on a golf club. I'm like, what the?
And that's all I needed to hear. That was
exactly what it was. And I'm just like, is that all you need to hear?
Yeah.
That it looks good. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And you hit 2 little skunky pitch and wedges, but you're like, short and quick. I'm excited.
OG listeners of this podcast will know that I am a self-professed pessimist, right? I am negative before I'm ever positive.
Yeah,
and I've been like that my entire life.
Yeah.
Right? And so when I have a day like Saturday where it literally went from some of the best golf I've ever played in my life in the previous 8 weeks to flashbacks of a 19 handicapper.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But it was just
but
for the day,
relative to
my
now.
standard, I was like, oh, wow.
Alarm bells are ringing.
Not even that. It was just because I had to keep reminding myself that it's just today.
Yeah, it's just
it's just Saturday. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And the best case scenario, it's a 4-ball best ball. It does not matter. No. SGM played out of his mind.
Yeah.
We still managed.
He said he was stoked.
We managed +3 as a team. And I think I contributed on 5 holes.
Really?
Actually 5 holes.
SGM
But
carry.
he also, and again, credit to him, turns around and goes, I reckon there was a few holes where we had the same score and I just put my name down instead of yours. And I'm like,
but still.
that doesn't help.
It doesn't.
I'm like, that doesn't help.
I'm struggling here.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, man.
That's funny.
But yeah, nothing to read into here. And
tonight was fun.
Today was all about just going out and being like, oh, you're not stupid. You're not absolutely lost.
You had a moment that I thought that I sort of suspected will happen at some stage, one way or another, where you have a day where nothing works. So you think, all right, that's the end of it all.
Yeah.
Low key. There's a 10%
low-key.
where you're just like, fuck, I've lost it.
Yeah.
Right? And there would have been moments on Saturday like, oh God. Oh my God. Right? And it's panic stations.
And you know what? It wasn't Saturday. I'm playing this up to be as if like I was shanking shots and hitting snap
it's
hooks.
just not.
Nothing. I think I hit 3 shots out of the middle.
Yeah.
All day.
Just skunky.
So everything was toey. Everything was heely. Everything was starting right and kept going. I hit 14 was my best hole. Made birdie on 14. And even still, pump driver up the right-hand side of the fairway. Hit a 2-iron that was thinned. I thinned a 2-iron and it just stayed low and just started scurrying right. And I'm like, that's in the Gumby. Must have got a kick off something and ended up still, I think, just right rough, like literally that far off the fairway. And then just nipped this beautiful little 54-degree wedge to 4 feet, drain the birdie. Drain the putt.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's still glimpses of a good golfer in here somewhere.
It's just panic stations.
Right. And I'm like, okay, so it's there. Like it was a confident, that hole was a confidence booster for the day. It was like, all right, cool. You haven't completely fucked it, right? But it's still not, today's just not good. Just not my day.
You just don't have a day.
And I continue telling myself, it's just not my day. Don't read into this. We'll come out tomorrow and probably play better. Yeah. And likewise today, being Monday, we've done.
You hit some great shots.
Absolutely. So
You hit some great
nothing
shots.
to read into here.
Nah.
Spent a bit of time around 4 green tonight, just chipping and just working out a few things. And that I had another quick tune up from you, and just
it was honestly just that was like it wasn't even a tune up. It was a reminder. I'd had enough at this point. I was walking up 4. I'm like, I'm so done.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to. I've had enough. Right, so you guys were chipping around. I'm standing at the hole just playing with the flag stick. Like I had enough, right? And you're like, Joel, why am I flubbing it? Why is the leading edge going into the ground?
Yeah.
Right, and it was a simple one. I'm like, not this. And you're like, oh, righto. And you nip one, you're like, oh, there it is. Right? You're like, all right, you're like, tar. And you went to the front of the ground. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, right?
Yeah.
It's literally just I'm like, what are you doing? No.
You know what I like the way I think of
You
myself.
clipped one. It was funny. Yeah.
The way I think of myself is when it comes to golf and you coaching me in a sense is like a 6-year-old primary school student. It's just like, Miss, what's 2 + 2 again? It's 4, Jimmy. Ah, yeah, it is. 4. You know what I mean? I just think
you've got all this background calculation and like you're like 2 + 2 equals spider. No, just 2 + 2 equals
Windows.
dinner plate. No, 4, Jimmy. Oh,
Large,
I knew that.
Large chocolate big end.
Yeah, large singer box.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So golf's a funny game.
Oh my god,
How funny.
It's playing tricks on you.
It is. But no, mate, this is why we love it.
That was so entertaining.
And you?
Yeah,
How was your most recent
I
round?
just fuck myself. My last full 18 holes was actually my most recent round from last step.
Oh.
Yeah, which was last weekend.
Oh.
So I was supposed to play Saturday morning, but there was a frost delay in the morning, so we only played like 12 holes.
Okay.
And then Sunday was frost delay in the morning again, or yesterday. So I'm like, I'm not even leaving the house.
Yeah, right.
So
That's the weirdest part about Rosanna versus Heidelberg in that sense. Like
do you know what the elevation difference is? It's ridiculous.
Is it?
It's crazy. The elevation difference, it's mental.
between Berg and Rosanna.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is, but
To a number?
No,
But it has to be.
it's ridiculous.
It's got to be at least double-digit numbers, like mid-double-digit numbers, like
Of
elevation change.
Oh yeah, it would be. I couldn't tell. I'd love to
Meters
know what
is
it
what I'm
is from
talking
like
about.
the lowest point of Rosanna to the highest point of Heidelberg. I'd love to know what it is.
The
Like
lowest
14 T to like 5 green. I'd love to know
Yeah.
what it would be. Right.
It'd be easy.
I'd guess like 150 feet.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Which is a long way in the air. Maybe even more. Probably even more. But no, I'm not actually sure. That's my
But what I was getting at
random
is
guess.
you guys had 2 days of frost delay.
Yeah.
We played.
Yeah. Well.
And there was frost on the fairways.
Yeah.
Like it was icy.
Yeah.
And you know, it was
just-
one of those where like you stand up, you address the golf ball, and then your club just slides.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's always it's one. It's a hazard to walk down a little slope, which is bizarre to me because Heidelberg's full of them.
Yeah.
but it's a hazard for one, but also it can cause a lot of damage, especially if it's not cleaned up properly. And they wait for it to sizzle out, then you go right. But anyway, so yeah, we're supposed to play Saturday, didn't. So I'll guess my most recent round where I actually locked in to play golf was today.
Okay.
Right. So this morning, myself and Michael, we just got to Rosanna. We played 11 holes or something like that. We're fluffing around the green, just doing some short game because there was people sort of moving around. And we were in a cart, so we didn't want to disturb anyone. And then it gets to like 12 o'clock and there was a shotgun start in the Arvo. So he's like, do you want to jump over to Heidelberg? You guys, I reckon we could maybe go play 9. All right. Give him a call. Make sure it's cool for me to come as well.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And the guys in the shop are awesome. And he goes, yeah, come down, 1:30 or
Yeah.
1:15 or something, off you go. Right, no worries. So we tee off 10, and just as we're on the putting range, just about to walk, and we jumped in the cart actually. We get in the cart, and Michael goes, righto, match play. He goes, 9 holes, me and you. And I'm like, haha, righto, off the stick. And he goes, done. Right, and I'm like, all right, this will test him. Right, anyway. He hits an okay tee shot off the first, off 10, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Wind is like sort of hard off the left, slightly down. And he hits the right shape and it just drifts too much, catches a little tree and sort of spits down. It wasn't in too bad of a spot. I am 15 paces off the front of the green. I've almost driven the green.
Yeah, right.
Almost made 5. Not the point. Right? I tried to get too cheeky. It sat on the edge. I'm like, damn it. Right. Anyway, he makes 5. So I'm like, 1 up and he goes, how many shots are you giving me? I'm like, so you've backed down already. All right. Anyway, so that made me laugh. And so we decided on 6 shots for the 9 holes. Right. But he gets to choose which 6 holes. Oh. Right. So he goes, well, that's one of them. He goes, I get a shot on 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm like, all right, done. Square, all square. And he goes, and he's like trying to decide what holes to get. I'm like, I'll decide. 12, 13, 16, 17, 18. Do that.
12, 13, 16, 17. Oh, that's stiff.
Right.
14.
Right.
He gets a shot on 14 too.
I don't care. I literally said to him, I said, how about, and I said, here's the challenge.
Because that's the challenge, par fives.
He goes, no, I don't get shots on par 5s. I said, no, you shouldn't.
No.
I said, you shouldn't make bogey and get rewarded for it. This is the whole plan of being off single figures. No bogeys.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I win 11. I birdie 11. And yeah, I think he made like bogey or something. I'm not sure. And then I'm green high on 12. It's hunting downwind.
Mm-hmm.
I think we halved that hole. He gets a shot on 12. Well,
he had a shot
on 12 against us. He made par. I made birdie. Somewhere I'm still one up. And then unfortunately, he 3-putts 13 and I make par. So he's still one up because he gets a shot. And then he makes birdie on 14 and loses the hole because I had like 140 in.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it was downwind again. I hit this tight draw and like hits the left side and just kept going.
Yeah, the channel.
So I think I hit wedge to like 10 feet and put that in.
That's fucked.
Right. So I'm like, oh, I'm 4 under 3.5. This is cheeky. And I'm like, and I'm one up. I'm like, this sucks. Because he's like 2 over.
Yeah, 32 points today, Joel. Well done. I had 4 under. Fuck off.
But no, not the point. Anyway, so we ended up squaring the match. I think he made 3 straight pars, 16, 17, 18, and I think I made 3 pars as well.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or 3 pars and he made like a bogey, so it was a half hole. Something like that. He won 2 out of the last 3 to square the match up. So, and yeah, I need to make birdies to halve the holes, but not the point. That's the point.
That's the point.
That's the point. I drove it on to 15. Nice little 3-putt. Thank you.
Isn't it the worst?
Yeah, so for the most recent round, it was for
that little
the 9
hole.
holes. I think I finished like 4 under and we squared the match.
Mate,
he played quite well actually.
That's exactly what we were talking about.
He played really well
2 weeks ago with competitive practice.
Yeah,
you guys, and you'd spoken to me over the weekend and said that obviously SGM had an RDO today, so you wanted to make the most of it. And whilst you couldn't get out and play a comp round anywhere, you still managed. You would have got. What time did you get to Rosanna this morning?
I got there at about 10 to 8.
10 to 8.
He got there pretty much on 8:30.
And you guys were still at Heidelberg when I showed up to play holes after work at 4:15 in the afternoon.
We hit a lot of golf balls today.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We hit a lot of golf shots.
Holy shit.
We played 18 holes today. Yeah. Just at different golf courses.
And
actually,
that's
weird.
That's not bad. I would almost prefer that.
It was good practice.
If you're going to practice that way. 100%.
Yeah, it was good practice.
100%.
So, but I'm chuffed as to how, when I say chuffed, I'm very pleased with the way I moved the golf ball around the course today and the way I played because it was howling.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was hitting 7-irons from 130 and hitting them hard. Like it was just howling. And then straight downwind, you're hitting 373 80-meter drives because, on if you hit the fairway and it just keeps going, right? So it was howling downwind and into and across and all that crap. And I just had really good ball control.
No, good.
And made some birdies and 15 stings a little bit, and then cruised home. But
mate, 3 weeks ago now, I put 3 wood to under the tree where the path is, like the ladies' tee box on 16, and flubbed 2 chips because they were into grain. And I don't even think I made bogey. I think I made double.
Oh.
Like it just was a horrible, horrible hole, and shit happens.
Golf is trending.
That's it.
Now we chatted earlier.
Ladies and gentlemen,
camera.
unfortunately, we don't have a topic for you guys today.
Well, not even that. We always have something to talk about.
Absolutely.
However, we always come up with ideas sometimes on the whim.
Before we do, we do come up with ideas on the whim, and we will get into that in a second. 2 things I want to mention, right? A couple of really cool golf tournaments over the weekend.
Yeah, they were, weren't they?
Right. First and foremost, Minjee Lee.
Superstar.
Absolute
superstar.
Wins the PGA Championship for the women.
Yep, women's PGA.
Women's PGA. Really solid. And shot 2 over in the final round as well.
Unreal.
So was 6 over going into the
final.
final.
She was what, 6 under for the tournament, 4 ahead, and one of only 2 women to be under par.
Yeah.
To start the final round.
Yeah.
And then I think she was the only one under par.
Maybe? No, 2. I think there was still 2. She won by 3 shots.
Yeah.
With a score of 4 under. So I think
good.
there was 1 or 2 other ladies that were at 1 under.
So good.
But yeah, how many majors is that now for her?
Superstar.
4 or 5?
I'm not
Maybe
100%
6?
sure. Not 100% sure, unfortunately.
She's a freak.
Superstar.
She's a superstar.
It's awesome to see. That the Lee siblings are thriving.
Aussie golf is trending in the right direction. Scotty's had a good performance at the PGA. Minwoo's making headways on the PGA tour.
J Day at the Travellers, he was
J-Day
sticking his head up.
Yeah,
what was he?
Top 10,
ended
top
up
5?
being 2 back.
Top 5.
Yeah, I think he poked his head into the top 6. I think he actually was 1 ahead of Scotty Scheffler, which had a really off week, top 6.
Yeah, played horribly.
Must have
Scotty
skunked it
Scheffler. And then speaking of the Travellers, Keegan Bradley wins.
Yeah.
We played phenomenally.
He played great.
Yeah.
I am gutted for Tommy Fleetwood.
So am I.
I am gutted.
So am I.
I was rooting for him so much, not just because he's a good golfer and he hasn't won on the tour before, but because he's a legend of a bloke. I've seen him on a couple of vids, like Grant Horvath's recent vid of him and Fleetwood. Like that was
Just
good to
seems
watch.
like a genuine bloke.
I'm like, oh my god! And the worst part was he was leading by 3 going into the final round. You don't get it, like if unfortunately,
there aren't too many more shinier silver platters.
yeah, it's not much of a better opportunity than that unless you're leading by 10.
Yeah.
I hope it's sooner rather than later that he gets it done, but far out. That's about as good of an opportunity as he's gotten recently. And
That's it.
yeah, I'm gutted for him.
Oh, look, he's obviously in good form and
he's-
he's going to be trending and he's going to be in positions like that in the future. He'll learn from this.
He will.
He
Absolutely.
made a blatant mistake on 18 fairway.
Yeah, the last 3 holes were
From what I could tell and what we were just watching the replay before we started recording, and he's 148 yards out, middle of the fairway, into a bit of a breeze, and clubs down.
Yeah, it looked like he clubbed down and tried to hammer
rip
it.
one.
Maybe I'm not sure what the decision was then, but who knows what could be going through your mind coming down that sort of stretch with your first tour win on the line, I guess, or first PGA Tour win.
Yeah,
So hopefully it's just around the corner for
that's
him.
it.
So
But getting back on topic,
on topic. Yeah, literally. There was a segment that we did.
long time ago.
I don't know. You've got a better idea of when we do things. Flushed or flubbed?
Yeah. Firstly, apologies to those who have been asking for Dear Mr. President. There have been a few.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there has been a few
Well,
asking for Dear Mr. President. So we will have to bring that back sooner rather than later. It was a good one, wasn't it? But flushed or flubbed, for those of you who might not be familiar, it's kind of like a take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll each make a statement or ask a question, and the response is flushed, as in like, yep, I'll take it.
I'm happy with that.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Or flubbed, as in like, no.
Nah, you're dreaming.
You can keep that one.
Yeah, you're dreaming.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we'll go back and forth. You've got a couple.
Yep.
I think I've got a couple more than you, but I'm not sure if mine have been doubled up. And I encourage you, ladies and gents, to head back and listen to.
If you have some, just put them in there because we can mention that as well. Like we might even reply to you going, "No, you dream it," or "Yeah, love it." Like
in general, if you have any contributions at all,
to a segment,
questions from the second cut, flushed or flubs, Dear Mr. Presidents, in the bins, whatever you want to call it, right? Send it.
Dear Mr. President's a lead in it.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Look, I thought that's a good one. I thought of that, and I'm like,
Dear Mr. President, did you actually?
I might have nicked it from somewhere, but I'm pretty happy that I brought it up because it seems to be pretty popular.
I like it. I like it.
Let's get stuck into flushed or flubs, Jolly.
All right.
Do you want to go first?
Well, no. Since you were bragging on the fact that you had 15 of them,
Okay.
no, you got a
My
few.
first one. Changing your regular tea time from mornings to afternoons to avoid cold weather. Flushed or flubbed?
Flushed because I think that's just common sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I've said to my old man a couple times that he's a strictly morning player, as are you.
Yeah.
Right. And specifically, a lot of the times at Rosanna during the winter months, we have a lot of fog and frost delays, or it doesn't even get light until midday sometimes. Like, so we have a lot of delays. And playing at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're right in the red zone.
Yeah.
Of not being able to tee off till 10 o'clock, only playing 9 holes to not disturb the afternoon field. Boo-hoo, right? So I just said to him, why don't you just play in the afternoon field? I don't want to play at 12:30. Well, then don't complain at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's flush to alter it. And if you don't want to play in 40 degrees heat in the middle of February, play at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, correct.
If you don't want to play at 8 o'clock, don't whinge that it's hot at 12:30 or 4 o'clock when you're on your back nine. Like,
The reason why I bring it up, we've recently recruited a 4th player in our group. For the longest time, we were only just a 3, myself, Michael, and Mitch. Andrew is his name, and he's listening. Andrew, if you're listening, happy to have you on board. Right?
welcome to the crew.
And welcome to the group. And he made the comment on Saturday. He goes, "Nah, you guys are right. If you're teeing off in the morning, you just got to stick with it. And if it's
you
cold,
have to suck
it's
it up.
cold,
Yeah, you have to suck it up.
right? And
Because you know what you're in for.
exactly,
At 7 o'clock in the morning, it's not only is it single digits, but it's sub 5 generally. So, and if you're going, oh fuck, it's cold again. Well, duh.
and the thing is, like, we as a group, myself, Michael, and Mitch have other priorities. SGM not so much, but myself and Mitch have got like partners. Mitch has got a little girl at home as well. We need to get home to do things, right? Me and the missus as well, all that kind of stuff. So for us, it's beneficial to continue to play in the mornings. If I didn't have such tight constraints with that, not that there are, but
but
still, I don't want to waste the
it's
whole
still
day.
your preference.
Right? It's still my preference to play in the morning, right? But if I didn't have a strong preference, I'd be chopping and changing based on the weather, 100%.
Yeah.
No, so I back it. I back what you're saying, but it's flubbed for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've got my little routine.
Yeah. Wow.
I've got my things sorted. I've got
It's
my winter
definitely
gear
flush for
sorted.
me, for sure.
But at the end,
I'm much like you. A 9 o'clock tea time, 8:30, 9 o'clock tea time. I love.
Christmas.
I find that's ideal as well. Right. However, it's like as a preference, absolutely. I would love to tee off at 12:15 to with club golf anyway. Sometimes with tournament play, you get what you're given.
Exactly.
Well, you get what you're given. You don't choose your tea time.
You only get what you give.
Exactly. You don't get your tea time. You don't get to choose. The better you play, that's when you have a say of whether
Correct.
you're later or not. But in terms of in club golf in particular, yeah, it's like
That's it.
if I want to not have a frost delay, I'm going to play in the afternoon.
Yeah.
If I don't want to have a heat delay, I'm going to play at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, correct.
So anyway,
That's it.
Yeah.
Give me your first one.
Proof of golf course etiquette must be a requirement when joining a golf club and can be the result of termination of membership under policy.
What sort of proof?
Of just the standard golf course etiquette. That
So,
you
does
understand what a fucking sand bucket is. You understand how to rake a bunker properly. You understand how to repair a pitch mark.
So does that?
Simple shit.
So can we just
Standard stuff.
going into a little bit more detail? Can we assume that what you mean by proof is like a round with the club captain, or
It could be as simple as
or someone from the board?
it could be as simple as an induction because
Yeah.
I've been made aware of there is golf clubs elsewhere, whether in Australia or not, I have no idea. But there are golf clubs elsewhere in the world where you have to play with the head pro or someone of the committee at a particular country club or golf course to prove that you have the ability to play there.
Yeah.
So that's not the
skill. It's not skill based.
It's just so you can make your way around the golf course, so you're not going to disturb anyone else around you, right? And so you need to prove that you have the ability to play there,
Yep.
or play golf in general. I think for this should be like mandatory at every single facility.
And for that reason, it's
Let's
flush.
go with private facility, joining as a member.
Yeah.
Because public facilities,
If you're going to pay a
not gonna-
membership fee,
exactly.
Yeah.
You need proof of I'm going to look after this golf course, and if you don't respect it and it is reported, that is grounds for termination of membership under a policy.
flush.
I'm strong with this.
Yeah, I'm not as in
Yeah.
terms of grounds for termination. I think it's grounds for discipline,
Yeah,
not straight up termination. Like if I forget to grab a sand bucket off the first day, or like it often is at Heidelberg, there aren't any. Like there's a bunch of different areas at Heidelberg where you can grab a sand bucket from. Sometimes there isn't one on the first tee, right? So if I walk down one and just grab one on the second hole, which I can do, and I do often, right? But
See,
John,
that's in
who's
that
teed
case,
off on 4 and he's seen me going, hey, sand bucket.
Yeah, in that case, a little adjustment
In
for
the
the golf
office.
club would be to have more than enough to
I
cater
understand-
for the
I
general
understand,
field.
I understand, but the only change I would make is termination to discipline. I think repeat offenders are up for a termination. I don't think it's a one and done. I don't think you can operate on a one and done. You'd have no members.
Yeah, yeah. It would have to depend what
Firing squad on the first offence.
Yeah, yeah. At particular golf clubs, yes.
Yeah.
At particular golf clubs, yes.
Okay, so the upper echelon. So you're talking like Royal, PK.
Maybe PK. If someone did that at PK, go and proof, and then all of a sudden you see him not repairing pitch marks or something like that,
But
and it
then
gets
also,
reported.
if you're
like not repairing a single pitch mark, okay, no, I will change it in that case.
If you're made aware,
3 strikes, you're out
Yeah, 3 strikes you're out. I'm down. Flushed.
of reports.
Flushed.
Reports.
Flushed.
Yeah, let's go 3 strikes, you're out.
Flushed.
And scene. Off you go.
Okay, I don't know. This is the one I was a bit iffy about. So complimenting on a shot that someone else has hit by saying, "Oh, good shot, well done," right? Even though if you were to hit it, you'd be unhappy with it.
Oh. Flubbed, only because it's very
So can I give you a situation?
yeah.
Right. So you're standing on the green. Old mate's just got a chip from just off the green. He puts it to 25 feet. And you go, oh, yeah, well done, mate. Because you don't know. Shot, mate, well done. Or let's say 20 feet. Right? But in the back of your mind, you're going, that ain't that great.
It's relative to ability.
Yeah.
So it could be like someone playing off a higher figure, or it could be someone off a lower figure that can't get it, like might not be able to get out of a bunker. Them getting out of a bunker and sticking it on the green, great shot.
Yeah, why not?
Even though
it's a weakness.
Even though if I was going into that situation, I'm trying to stick it too close. If I hit it
That's
30 feet away, I'm not happy with it. But relevant to their ability, great shot.
That's a determining factor.
Yeah.
His ability.
I think so. I think flubbed in the statement of just comparing it to me. And like there is sometimes where I'll play a shot that I'm stoked with and no one will say anything. I'm like, I'm happy with that. What are you talking about? That was a good shot. Or the other thing, I play a shot that I'm like in the back of my mind, I'm like, fuck, that sucks. But it ends up in an okay spot.
Yeah.
Oh, shot. I'm like, shut up.
You want to know what the worst one is, right? At Heidelberg, we've got obviously there's a lot of elevation. So there's a lot of times when you're walking up to a green, like 8, 16, 4, all these shots where you're hitting up high onto a green. So you can't see where the ball's landed. When I've hit a shot and the boys are at the green, like because they just walked ahead, right? And I get nothing. Donuts. Right? I feel like I've nipped one beautiful and all this kind of stuff, and it's just silence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good, bad, like where is it? And they're just like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. I'm
It's
like,
up there.
Fucking thanks.
You get That's a weird one. With that, if I have like a short side chip shot or I have no sight of the green, like you're saying, like in terms of that, like Heidelberg, say you're like bottom left of like 16 green, you can't see anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you think you've hit a pretty good shot, you're like, that should be good.
Yeah.
And so you're waiting for someone to go, yeah, like one of those things, right? And you hear nothing, you're like,
Oh,
fuck, is that 20 feet away?
Give me something.
And you get up there and it's like that 8 feet range. You're like, it's better than 20 feet, but it's not good enough to clap. So I'm like, so you're just waiting the whole time. Anyway.
But even just a simple,
Yep.
that's all you need. And you just know that it's not shit.
I sometimes, because I'm aware of that exact situation, if someone does that, like puts it outside the range of going, yeah, shot, but well inside the range of not saying anything, I just say, putting.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep, you're putting. That's it.
That's it.
That like
Rate
but
it.
In terms of yours, yeah, that's all I got.
Give me yours.
This one's gonna be a bit weird. I don't reckon you're gonna like this. I don't reckon you're gonna like this one. It is never okay, and this isn't like my opinion.
Okay.
This is just
Okay.
like
Out there.
You know what I mean? It's just I've just said it. This is
Okay.
not coming out of my head.
Okay.
Right? It's just I'm just prefacing that. This is not, it's just
Okay.
it's just for content, right?
Yeah.
It is never okay to bring up an on-course issue, example, rules, cheating, pace of play, with any other group on the course, unless you're going through the pro shop or head pro first. So you are not to speak to another group or confront another group regarding pace of play, cheating, something else, without going, pro shop, this is what's happening, this is what I'm going to be doing or saying.
Flubbed.
I knew you would flub it. So, but
Flubbed.
that's a statement.
I can understand why you would think it can be flushed in certain circumstances. I think that, and again, I put myself in my own golf club. Like it's a pretty low key, good group of blokes. Golf club. Like we don't have. I don't think we've got any dickheads.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, like
So I feel like
major issues.
Correct. I feel like I'm comfortable enough to at least let's talk about pace of play. We've discussed it time and time again, but I feel like I'm comfortable enough to just throw one out there and just go, boys, no issues, but if you wouldn't mind.
So the pace of play is a massive one for me. There should never be a circumstance where another group not confronts, but brings up with a group in front, behind, elsewhere.
Yeah.
That should never happen.
Okay,
ever,
fair enough.
Ever. But, sorry, continue.
No. It's just how I feel personally. I'd rather. I feel like I would be more of a dick if I went straight to the pro shop, and I've done that in times, and I'm just like, fuck, did I really have to go or like the drinks cart will come around? I'm like, hey, can you go have a word to him? Like, it's the better way to go about it. Just it needs to come from someone from the golf club, like a employee, to actually have an impact. But I feel like depending on the circumstances, it's literally a toss of the coin based on the circumstance. I feel comfortable enough to turn around, especially if I know the group. Do you know what I mean? Just be like, boys, what's going on? Especially if I know them well. If I know them well enough, I'm like, oi, hurry the fuck up. Yeah? Oh, what's going on? What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Fucking green to clear every hole.
Yeah.
Like, depending on the circumstances, again, but like I said, it's based on scenario, based on circumstance.
Okay.
But I agree with you. It's toss of the coin. Could be flushed or flubbed. But as a blanket statement of it has to go through the pro shop, I don't think. Otherwise, you're just chewing up too much time of the guys in the pro shop.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that.
So
I don't disagree with that. Being on both ends of it.
Because imagine again, if you knew that was the rule going into it when you signed the documents to start your membership, and so first Saturday out there, and all of a sudden, Jesus, we waited 15 minutes on this tee box,
straight on the phone.
boys,
Straight on the phone.
and then imagine 35 phone calls come in.
We get that anyway.
Yeah,
We actually say we'd rather do that than use a screaming at each other from tee box to green.
yeah, it's fair.
We say that all the time, and like
I can understand it completely.
So I reckon we've discussed this before. I
discussed
reckon
it so many times. I don't think we need to do it again.
No. But remember that one time on 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like that. That's what like first thing that comes to our head.
Yeah.
It's like that's what like I don't want to see.
No.
Even though you're like, oh no, you're actually right. All right,
Yeah,
carry
no,
on.
fair enough.
And they're like, beauty, and then it was like that was it. But like
again, it was
I've
based
seen
on circumstance.
I've seen scenarios there
where that gets out of hand.
where that goes south quick, and then all
And I
of a
think
sudden, yeah.
I think it's all dependent on how you approach it.
Oh, of course,
Right?
absolutely.
There's
We're
a
all
difference
adults.
between going, guys, I know we're all having a bit of fun, but the group whatever it is, the group in front of you is
whatever.
getting ahead. There's a bit of space. I don't know, is something happening? Like, are we all
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
Do you reckon you might be able to try and pick it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Versus, oi, fuckheads,
Yeah.
you guys are slow. Pick it up. Otherwise, I'm calling everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm calling the Pope.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
So,
No, fair enough.
circumstance.
Fair enough.
All right. My third one.
Yep.
Going in for coffees after the round instead of going in for beers after the round.
Oh, but yeah, what?
It's a simple choice of coffees over beer, and that's it. After a round.
So the question is coffee over beer.
Yes.
Am I flush or flubbing that?
Yes. After a round, you got to put yourself in that scenario. You've just played 18 holes.
Oh my God! Wow.
I didn't think this would absolutely stump you.
Forever. I'd probably have to go coffee.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's nothing. Wow. Okay. This is weird. After a round.
Because what we've been doing
Because
recently-
sometimes if I'm playing it like if I play early morning and it's cold as and I come in after the round, it's just hit midday and I'm still a bit cold. I don't feel like a beer. I feel like coffee. I feel like something warm, something cozy. This is good. Whereas on the flip side, if I tee off in the afternoon, it's hot as all balls, and I
there's
get in
no
at 4:30, I'm like, what? Give me your biggest glass, just your biggest one, and it needs to be the condensation needs to be immediate.
There's one exception where that doesn't work. That scenario, so hot as balls late in the afternoon, iced coffees.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's the only exception. That's the only exception. But I
Personally,
completely agree with
yeah.
you. It is entirely based on the weather outside.
But to answer your flushed or flub, it's flushed coffee over beer.
Yeah.
Even though I love a beer after a round.
Who doesn't?
As much as the next bloke. I'm not going to have 10 of them. Like
You might,
90%,
depending on how bad you played.
like, I'm not going to have 10 of them like 90% of the membership, but I'll definitely have one with the group I'm playing with.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right. But however,
yeah.
if they go, we're having coffees or I won't have a beer. I'll sit down with
Might
you, but I'll
just
just
get a
have
soft
a
drink or
water.
something.
I'll just grab a lemonade or I'll just grab water as well. Or might not have anything. It's very whatever the group does.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to go in. I'm like, I need a beer.
Again,
you know what I mean? Or I need a coffee. Like,
Recently, we've been doing coffees, and
Yeah.
it's because we're throwing the balls up and losers buy coffees, right? And because it's cold and it's winter and it sucks, it's coffees.
It's more appealing.
And we're also doing it walking up 4 as well. We're getting ringing the pro shop, calling and getting coffees from the pro shop, walking up 4.
I like it.
Halfway through the round. It's awesome. It's great.
I like
Have
it.
you got another one?
No. No,
right.
give me whatever one you thought was dicey.
I've got two, and I want you to do them rapid fire. Let's just wrap these two up last minute.
All right.
Using plastic tees for your driver and wooden tees for your irons.
Shit. Wait, hang on, say it again.
Oh, God.
Wait.
Using plastic tees for your driver and wooden tees for your irons. Are you in a stroke?
Yeah, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Flubbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it plastic all the way or wood all the way?
I don't know. I use wood. I use wood.
But you've also whipped out a couple of plastics in the past.
I have. No, wood. Because I hit a lot of my iron shots off par 3 tees just off the turf.
Yeah, I know.
I just sort of just put it on a nice little bit and just pretend I'm hitting off the fairway.
Yeah.
And driver, I don't know, I just use wooden tees. Because if they
Absolutely.
don't break, I keep using them. If it does break, well, I've got one for a 2-iron or a 3-wood or something like that. But
See, I don't even do that. As soon as it snaps, I donate it. It's gone.
yeah, no.
Regardless of where it is.
I could even snap the tee and it's just long enough where I can peg the next driver up.
You
with.
know
and I'm
why-
not stingy with
you
it.
know why
I just have 2,000 tees sitting at home. Like,
You know why I don't do it?
nah.
Because every time I put I feel like every time I've got a broken tee, pardon me, in my pocket, as soon as I put my hand in my pocket, I get stabbed.
That's stuff you.
I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. Get out. I end up with a splinter. I'm like walking down the fairway trying to flick splinters out. Fucking.
All right, hit me with the other one.
Taking your head covers off in the car park and leaving them off all round.
Flop. You know what my biggest...
I don't want to come across as harsh, but Mum, this is an attack on you. Please stop taking your head covers off in the car park and leaving them in the boot of the car.
This is not an attack either. Mum, I love you. But my God, I gave her a Scotty to use for a while,
I know. I remember this story.
right? And we played together once.
Yeah.
And the head cover wasn't on it. I'm like, do you just take the head cover off just to be like during the 9 holes? And she goes, oh no, I'm not sure where it is. I'm like, Shazza. I'm like, no, don't, no. I'm like, no. I'm like, no.
don't know
Anyway, she
where.
checked the bag. It was in the bag. It's fine.
Thank
But
God.
then I look at like the sole and the crown a little bit, and there's little dings, and oh my God, and my skin crawled. Right, I'm like, no, that couldn't be any more of a flubbed.
Good.
And it's not. Honestly, it's more of like a practical thing in terms of like protection of the golf
glad
club
you answered this way.
and the way it like sometimes slaps or something, rather than it is of like an aesthetic thing, like
There
a
is
cosmetic
nothing
thing.
worse. I played holes with Mum a couple weeks ago at Rosanna,
It makes me nervous.
right? And she took the head covers off in the car park, and I'm like, here we go. Keep it cool. Not today. We don't have to have this fight today, Christian. Just keep going. Right? And then we're walking down one. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh.
And every time it did, you're like ding ding, oh, and you'd like eye starts twitching and shit. Actually, I think I have one. And it relates to this.
Okay.
Oh no, I've got a second cut question. Never mind, keep going.
So this is
Jesus Christ, my
this
head
is
hurts, hang
a
on.
cardinal. This is a cardinal sin for
Yeah.
me. You have to. I don't care who you are. I don't care how annoying it is. The head covers are there for a reason. It is not to look pretty. It is there to protect the golf club, right? It is not there just because, oh, look, gold jacket, green jacket head covers. Look how beautiful that is. Put it on display. They're coming this week, by the way, ladies and gents.
They are beautiful.
Right? I have official word. They're coming this week. But yeah, don't just throw them in the boot of the car. Don't throw them in the big pocket of your bag and then wonder why your bag weighs 10 extra kilos and why your bag keeps twisting on your friggin' trolley.
So yes, they are a practical thing. When I say practical, they are for a legitimate reason of club protection. Yes, absolutely. Am I all for a very good looking like head covers?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As much as the next bloke, right? Because mine are all green and they look nice and they
Everything
right?
matches.
But yeah, everything matches and blends. But my God, oh, that made me nervous.
It's not hard. And I've made comment of this before. Mum went and bought herself a decent set of a package set, right? Mm-hmm. But in this package set came this awesome, I don't know how it ended up in this package set, Odyssey number 7, right? The Fangs one, right?
Yeah.
One of the most iconic putters of all time, right? In the bag. No head cover. I'm like, Mum, the set cost $900. that putter's worth 380. Like, let's not fuck around with the most expensive club in this bag. Yeah.
Protect it.
Let's put a head cover on it and take it off. Oh, but I lose the head cover.
No. So my mum, bless her, she was not like didn't forget about them or anything like that. She goes, they're just annoying. I hate taking it off each time, which I understood.
Yeah, I get
absolutely understood. But then I think with the putter one specifically, she goes, I'm not the driver one keeps annoying me. I can't put it back on. So I'm like, all right, leave that. It's fine. Right. But with the putter, like I almost convinced her that the head cover keeps it warmer and that like causes it causes you to putt better or something like that. Because like interaction cold, like cold ball with warm face causes a better roll or some shit. I think I tried to make that up, and she's sort of looking at me going, I don't know. Right? Like, I didn't get it over the line, but I tried. I'm like, come on, please put the head cover on.
Mum, you're listening. I know you are. You're gonna learn.
Bless you.
Bless you. You're trying hard. It's honestly.
Nah, mum's good. Mum's good with it. It was like the first couple times where she's like, no, I hate them. I can't put them on. And I'm like, oh, fair enough, but please, I'll put them on.
Yeah.
When we play, I'll put them on, please. Yeah. Like it was more just a pet peeve thing. I do have a question from the second card.
Okay, good.
Do you want to get into them?
Yeah, I don't have one.
Right, that's fine. You gave me 2 extra flushed and flubs.
Done. I rate it.
Would you rather?
Here we go.
That makes me happy. Would you rather?
Yeah.
Have to deal with no head covers on your golf clubs?
Yeah.
Or your wedges constantly having dirty club faces? Which one would drive you more bonkers? So on your current golf set, no head covers, period. Okay. No head covers, period. Or your club face is constantly dirty on your wedge.
I am going to go with the dirty wedges.
You'd rather that?
Yeah. I don't know why. It's the first thing that comes to mind. I can't, I think it's because I just can't stand the thought of not. And I was one of them. I used to take the head covers off and leave them off when I first started really properly playing before I even joined Heidelberg.
Yeah.
But then once I figured out why these head covers exist, I was like, no.
Yeah.
They stay on.
Yeah. I reckon for head covers, it's 50% cosmetic, 50% like they're there for a reason.
100%.
So, yeah.
And I think I'm that heavily strung in that area that I'd almost accept the dirty wedges, as much as I hate that too. Since caddying for you at the Pro-Am at Heidelberg, I've been anal about it.
You have been, actually. I did hit a wedge of yours today because Michael was only 20 metres behind us, but I just grabbed your 50 degree. Yeah. And I did, my first thing, it's literally natural now. My first thing was to look at the face because that's what I do with mine in case I need to give it a bit of a... Right, and I looked at it and I didn't do anything.
No.
It was great.
Because
it made me feel good.
I've got a brush that's connected to my bag and I've got a little brush in my pocket.
That was an eye-opener, that Pro-Am, wasn't it?
Oh, so much. So much. I'm like, what's good for the goose? Do you know what I mean?
Who you can't get... Oh, yeah. Do you love it how I agreed? What's good for the goose? Yep. I'm like, yep. Fuck. Oh, I took that bait, didn't I? Oh, I hate myself that I agreed to that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I would probably just accept the dirty wedges. It's
personal. It's an opinion.
So close. It
was a question.
So what would you do in that?
Oh, I'm burning the head covers.
Oh,
I
really?
will not. I couldn't look down at the dirty club face and not.
I'm not saying I'm
clean
happy
it, brush
about it.
No, I know you're not. That's the point of the question.
Yeah,
you hate both of them.
Exactly.
But I would never. As much as I do love the head covers that I have on, and I love them, and I do like head covers. I like funky, groovy putter head covers specifically, right? Mm-hmm. But a dirty, I couldn't do it.
All right,
I couldn't do it. A dirty wedge groove face. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
So I've kind of just thought of one, right?
Yeah, throw it out
Let's
there.
just see how it goes. Based on your etiquette, flushed or flubbed earlier, would you rather play a round of golf, not repair a single pitch mark?
Yeah. Hang on.
Right?
Go for it.
Play a round of golf and not repair a single pitch mark, or play a round of golf with a scuffed, hacked in horrible, not even shag bag worthy golf ball, which I know is a gripe of yours.
That's a weird one.
It is a weird one.
So never repair a pitch mark.
Yeah. Which I know is a bugbear of yours.
Yeah.
Or play a whole round of golf with a golf ball that is probably 8, 9, 10 rounds old and been in Raptor's shag bag for a year.
Used in his clinics.
That's it.
I hate both because the etiquette one.
That's the whole
okay,
point.
hang on. The etiquette one is like hypocritical,
Yeah.
but then the golf ball.
This is such a pet peeve, which I know you hate because you're freshies.
I love fresh golf
You
balls.
love fresh golf balls. It helps that you get them for nothing.
Spin more, right? But both gives me bad juju.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe does the bad golf ball perform any different?
It performs exactly how it should.
Oh, that's such a good answer that I hate. Performs how it should. Dud golf ball. I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't think I have an answer. I don't think I have an answer
I've got him.
because my friend. Oh, because if I hit the green, right, and my pitch mark's right there with my fresh golf ball, I'm like.
And it's a crater.
The
It's
problem-
soft greens and it's
So
a
I can't
crater. Can't even tap it down
Can
with
I
the
ask
putter.
someone else to repair it?
Nah.
Fuck. So my pitch mark stays unrepaired. Oh.
Come on, spit one out.
Nah, I don't want to.
Okay.
Fuck you. Actually, nah. Oh, hang on. I'd never get let into a golf club again with that.
100%.
Yeah, with my rules.
100%. So you're doing that over the scuffed golf ball. He's having a stroke. For the audio listeners who are currently hearing nothing.
Yeah, my eyes has not stopped twitching for about 45 seconds, maybe more. No. My answer is I've got the yips. I've got the word yips. I've got the
He got the clapping yips.
I got the word yips. This sucks. I hate this.
All right.
Nah, it would be
3, 2, 1.
Jesus. I think I'm panicking. I'm panicking.
Okay.
I'm dizzy.
You can't answer
Can I
it.
improve the question?
No, I win. You can't answer it. I've officially won questions from the second cut for this week. I think we're going to have to leave it there, Charlie. I think before you have an aneurysm, we're going to have to leave it there. Now, before we do,
I'm sweating.
couple things to get off onto the record. I have had some correspondence regarding the head covers. They should be here by the time you're listening to this episode.
Oh, good. Are they
Right.
in transit?
They are like the most recent notification at the time of recording was that they had made a ticket for the delivery. So I'm assuming they'll get shipped tomorrow.
Do you have like a shipping order thing that you can
Yeah,
track?
I
it,
do.
like a
I'll have a
tracker?
look at it when we finish recording, but I'm assuming it's even the right thing, unless I've ordered something else personally, and I'm giving everyone a false sense of hope. But they are on their way. I've had
Yeah.
correspondence with Big Dog. They were very close to being done when I spoke to them last week. They should be here very soon. We apologize again for the delay. It's a long story. Otherwise, the other thing I wanted to put out in the universe, speaking of Raptor's shag bag, I'm formally inviting him back on.
Hey, I think he always has an open invitation.
He has an open invitation, but I feel like now's a good time to pull the trigger. The other thing I want to do, Toby's over in China at the moment.
Yeah.
We need to get in touch with Toby, see how he's traveling.
Well, he's back the end of this week.
Okay. Well, maybe the next time he goes over, because we can actually give him a call while he's over in China. Try and tee that up as well.
Well, yeah, we got to.
So we're going to have some correspondence with Tobes, see how he's traveling over in China, be it live in person or over the phone during an episode. And Raptor, let's get you back on very soon.
What do you want to do though?
I want to do an episode where we just have a general catch up with him, talk about his coaching a little bit. And
Oh,
as a part 2, because you've got some events coming up that you might miss episodes for. So we might have to bank one. And I think if we have to bank an episode, it might be worth doing an entire episode with Raptor of questions from the second cut.
boy, that could get juicy.
It could. So Noah and Ollie, send Raptor your questions for the second cut.
Send them in.
Send them in. And ladies and gents, if you've got them, send them in. Apologies again for those who asked for Dear Mr. President. That'll come soon.
No, we might.
It'll
I
come.
don't know.
It will come. We'll do another one 100%. It's been very much.
That was a
asked.
good one.
That was a good one. But other than that, ladies and gents, please head down and hit the like and subscribe button if you are watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, follow us over there as well. Leave us a 5-star review. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok as always. Head covers are on the way. Like I said, we appreciate your patience for that. It has been a long time coming. I can safely say that they are on their way.
Send help.
Joel needs an ambulance. And otherwise, ladies and gents, enjoy your golf. Hit them very, very well, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.